Welcome to SummerSlam Night 1 review. The first match on the card was Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I think it was a really good way to open up the show. It was a very fast-paced match, which I really liked. Some of my favorite sequences and spots of the match were, like the double underhook face buster type move. I don't even really know what it's called. Straight into another double underhook backbreaker. That match was really good. The winner was Liv Morgan. I think that's personally the right choice, even though a lot of people thought Io Sky should win because Liv Morgan didn't defend her title. But, if Io won, I think it would just be the same thing because there's no one to really challenge for it. So I think they would have just done the same exact thing. So I'm kind of glad Liv got that win. Maybe she can continue the feud with Io. The second match on the show was one of my favorite. I didn't expect it to be this good. It was the match between Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, Jey Uso, or Jimmy Uso back there. And then these two show out. Powerhouse Hobbs he's not Powerhouse Hobbs anymore. Royce Keys now, and Jacob Fatu. Oh, that was crazy. Some of my favorite moments and spots was Royce Keys had Jimmy Uso on the top rope, deadlifted him and turned it into a huge turning power slam off the top rope. One of my favorite moves. Then on the outside, I don't have a barricade, so I just used two things as steel steps to represent a barricade. Jacob Fatu is going for the running hip attack, but Royce Keys somehow turned into a power slam over the barricade and took out Jacob Fatu. Then the ending of the match was the Usos were going to go for a 1D, but Solo Sikoa hit a Samoan spike onto Jimmy Uso to take him out of the equation, and then Jey Uso turned around straight into a BFT by LA Knight. And the winners were Jacob Fatu. Bro, I'm so off today. The winners were Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. No turns, no nothing. I thought Solo was going to turn, but I'm kind of glad he didn't. The next match after that was Gunther versus Nick Aldis. This match was pretty good, especially for it being Nick's first match back. They really played into, people wanting Nick Aldis to win. I personally wanted Gunther to win. I don't think a returning star should be winning against Gunther of all people. So I'm kind of glad Gunther won near the end of the match. Nick Aldis had the clover leaf in. Gunther fought out of it and finally locked in the sleeper onto Nick Aldis to make Nick Aldis tap out, which was pretty nice that Nick Aldis tapped out because most people have just been passing out or just immediately getting out of it. The match after that was the Bellas and Paige versus Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence had a great showing, especially Lainey Reed. Lainey Reed was the show out in that match. She did absolutely phenomenal. She was selling like crazy. She hit a huge knee, which was very fun. Eventually, Fatal Influence got the win when JC Jane hit a rolling encore onto Brie Bella, if I'm correct. No, Nikki Bella, I think. I don't fully know. And then after the match, the Bellas have turned on Paige. Nikki saying no one can take my place. It was pretty obvious that Brie got injured pretty early on into the match, and Brie probably will be out, which is probably just gonna lead to Nikki versus Paige for a couple months, or a month or two. The next match was the World Championship match. WWE Champion CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Don't know where my Cody Rhodes head went, but this was a decent match. Really, it was very slow paced in the beginning, so I personally didn't like it. And I started to build up that momentum. Some of my favorite spots were CM Punk hitting a botched moonsault onto Cody Rhodes. Some people were saying he technically hit it because he hit John Cena. He missed it crazy. He was off by a lot. Um, some of my also favorite spots, but the Anaconda Vice, CM Punk kept on pulling it out, but it wasn't like no one believed that Cody Rhodes, the Golden Boy, was gonna tap out, so it wasn't that believable. But then near the end of the match, CM Punk went for an elbow drop through the table, missed it, had a nasty landing, basically curb stomped the table, and then after a little while, Cody went in the ring. Cody Cutter missed, hit the ref. Randy Orton is back, RKO's Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk retains the WWE Championship. And now it's time for our main event, Brock Lesnar versus Zoba Femi. And this, I don't think it lived up to the hype. I think it was a very good match, but as most people pointed out, it wasn't a good cage match. It was a good street fight. It would have been a good street fight, but they did not use a cage at all. They didn't really use it for anything. No blood, which wasn't, I didn't mind that. But I wish the brutality was up a little bit. That could have definitely helped the match. Some of my favorite spots were Brock Lesnar hit a bunch of German suplexes on Oba Femi. Oba Femi kinda no-selled a lot of stuff, but I'm fine with that. To end the match, Brock Lesnar pulled apart the ring and just had the bare wood out, and he had a tombstone pile driver onto Oba Femi. Oba Femi kicks out. Lesnar goes for a steel chair. Oba Femi punches it out of his hand and hits a fall from grace to get the win on Big Brock Lesnar. And then after the match, Brock Lesnar says Oba Femi is the future and he is the past, which was a very good passing of the torch from Lesnar. Night 1 rating, a 9 out of 10 actually. The only really down part of the show was the last two matches. Brock versus Oba was very good, just not a very good sell match. And then CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes started off kind of bad, and it picked up definitely, but that is night 1 review.